America's Card Room is the largest U.S.-facing poker site. For the latest deposit bonus, click the link in the description. And to watch poker live and grow your game, check out twitch.tv/PokerPastor and subscribe to this channel.
Kind of obsessed with me. I don't know what it is.
Folks, we are at a final table. This is it. So pull this up so we can comment on this a little bit in between conversations here. So here's our final table. Pug Jr., first appearance. Marcel 475, first appearance. Regs 15, first appearance. Caesar's Palace, I think first appearance, might be second. Mallard may or maybe not be first or second. J Flop gets his second appearance. JRK 523, first appearance. Heyosuke, first appearance. And Tornado F5, my mom, God's Big Toe, is at the final table of the home game here.
What, your real mom?
My real mom.
What's her screen name?
Not telling.
Okay. Then I won't ask again. Kidding. Totally kidding.
She would appreciate that humor. That's
Shout
right
out
up her alley.
to Mama PokerPastor.
There you go.
Shout out to Jave, too. Guy's been making final tables in all these home games, huh?
Yeah.
He's not sharing any of the money. What's up with that?
He's been crushing the home games. He won the Millie seat last week. Dude's been on a sick tear here. This is a stacked sit and go table too. Holy cow. This is gonna be intense. I'm looking forward to this.
This is a good table.
I've been worried, Geek. Like there's been a couple of those final tables where like you lose the key hand, and I'm like, is he just gonna shut the stream off? Like
me?
You look so devastated. Like, and I've been there too. That feeling of like,
well, so
I don't know what to
like
say to the crowd.
I was talking to Drew about this, and like, you know, John is really he's very much into the positive vibes, and he's very much into this. But like, and I am too. I absolutely think positivity is important. I don't, but I am also. I am not gonna hide. I'm not gonna be who. I'm not gonna like not be what I'm actually experiencing and feeling. I'm not gonna like, and I think that. So like when I get bad beat and I get devastated by like a hand, like where I lose 2/3 of my stack and now I'm crippled, that hurts.
Sure.
It hurts. And so it's you're seeing the real reaction. I'm not hiding anything. There's no hiding anything from me.
We got an all-in moment here. You got to click the all-in moment.
Oh,
we got an all-in and a call.
And a reshove.
Now it's isolating here on Regs 15. And it's going to be queens against fours. And Caesar's Palace is going to hold here and take over the chip lead. And now we're 8 left. So good game to Regs 15. 8 left. Somebody's getting a bracelet. Yeah, that makes sense, Geek. And I just feel bad for you. I'm like, oh man, because you can see it's palpable. Like I know how bad you want to get that like that win out under your belt that you've been trying for so hard. So yeah, I get it. Speaking of, Jared, you got to tell us about this Champions Cup. I'm excited to hear about this. We got another all in here. Holy cow! Hold that thought real quick.
What just happened?
JRK 523 now, and
reship. Oh, no, call.
Oh,
Aces versus
Tornado
fives.
F5's got the aces, and she's gonna bust JRK 523, and we're 7-handed. This might go quick, very fast. So yeah, tell us about the Champions Cup.
Yeah, so I was kind of alluding to this earlier, and it's funny because you just had this little graphic come up with your PokerPastor thing, and shout out to you, man. A lot of the Champions Cup came about because I keep watching all this stuff that you're doing with the graphics on your stream. I think the player bio that you just started on Twitter is amazing. The PokerPastor championship bracelets are great, and every time you come out with something, I'm like, damn, like I gotta up my game. And I don't want to copy PokerPastor. I got the original.
I'll tell you right now. I told Geek this. You are free to copy anything and everything, anytime. Don't ever feel bad about that.
Yeah, but I want to be original, and I love the way that you've come up with all these ways to include the audience and incorporate them by the staking thing that you got going on, and winning that bracelet. It's a little bracelet. It's a nice little trinket, but it's more than that, right? It's a validation.
Wow.
It's something.
Did you guys just see that?
Yeah, aces versus 6-3.
No.
I'm sorry, not aces. It was set of threes versus 6-3.
Yeah, threes versus 6-3 on an A6-3 board.
Yeah.
So we're 6-handed now. This is going crazy fast. So yeah, go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No worries.
Trying to cover the big all-ins here.
So yeah, so I was talking with Mrs. Toe last night at dinner. I was like, I got to come up with something original, something to offer the guys, something to make the Toe home game, a little more special. And I literally, while eating a piece of broccoli, and this is not being made up for the stream, I jumped up from the table and I was like, I got it, the GBT Champions Cup. And it all kind of came at once. And so because of you, I was up till about 2 a.m. last night making pics and videos for the Champions Cup because I wanted it out before Sunday's game. And so here's the way it works. Play the Big Toe home game on Sundays, 3 o'clock Pacific, 6 o'clock Eastern. And you win that, you get your name engraved on the Champions Cup. The little video will come out that I released today that shows the new name getting added and all the other names on there. And I'm working out the details right now, but it looks like at the end of the year, we're going to be able to have a password-protected tournament of champions. So anyone who won a home game over the year will be automatically enrolled or automatically given a password to enter the tournament of champions. And if you ship the tournament of champions, you are going to get the God's Big Toe trophy mailed to you with your name on it and all the bling and all.
I freaking love it.
Yeah, it came to me in a fit of broccoli-inspired inspiration.
That is great. I'm super pumped to hear that. I know Lost had said that you were cooking something up, so I was curious to hear. I got to know though, like what was Mrs. Toe reaction? Did she react to you the way that my wife reacts to me when I get the idea moment? The ha.
How long have you been married?
7.5 years.
Yeah, so like I've been married for about the same. I've been with my wife for 15. She is very used to me. I'm a special person. So she smiled. Mrs. Toe is the greatest. She's super, super, super supportive. And she actually sat in here with me for like 4 hours, telling me to turn up the volume on this or tweak that or put this picture in and whatnot. Watch me on GIMP all night trying to black out the background on this stupid picture. So she's super supportive, yeah. I'm really, really lucky. But something I preach to my guys and preach on my stream too, it's called paying the wife mob. And it's definitely a key to surviving in the poker world.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry, say that again, paying the wife what?
We got another all-win moment here. Hold on 1 second here.
It's a big pot.
Heosuke as life at risk here on the Queen 3-4 Ace board. Heosuke is tanking here. This is a huge pot. 43K already in the middle here. This would be a 100K pot here. If he calls, it'll be about 118,000 in chips.
He's got about 20 blinds behind, so
yeah. He does make the call, and that is going to be it for Heosuke. Marcel wins a massive pot now, and is our dominating chip leader here. 5 left. Good game to Heosuke. Congrats on the 6th place finish. So yeah, tell us about this. What'd you call it? The wife
mob.
The wife mob.
Yeah. So it's the same idea as the real mob. You have to pay the wife mob. She has to get her check every month or her time, or she breaks your damn kneecaps and you can't play poker anymore. So paying the wife mob is a very key, aspect of being a successful poker player.
I agree. I definitely agree. And wow, so Jabe just sucked out. Oh, now can Mallard return the favor? Oh, that's going to be it for Mallard. Mallard's going to go off 5th. He lost with the ace-jack to ace-10 of J-flop. Then J-flop gets the kings in against the 5s. Unlucky there. We've been talking about this. I don't know about this if it's been this way for you, Jared, in your game, but, like, here we are. We're, like, 40, 50, 100 big blinds deep. These games go really fast for me. Like, despite being really deep stacked at the final table, like, these final tables don't take very long.
They don't, and especially if your name's God's Big Toe, because one, people like to try and or like to get in the hands with me, and 2, there's always usually a bounty on my head.
Yeah.
And 3, I'm kind of known as the aggressive guy. So yeah, you guys don't show me any mercy whatsoever. You guys are vicious out there.
We've got another all-in here. We've got the 40 big blind shove. I forgot, my mom's still at the table. She's 4-handed now, so Somebody asked earlier if she won, would I do the bracelet presentation live on stream, and I said absolutely. So
You have to.
we might be doing a live bracelet presentation tomorrow, and then if Geek
And
can
there's-
ever do
There's
his
still a $25 bonus that I've got paying out
to the winner.
to
That's
the winner.
right. So there's a lot at stake here.
Yeah, there is. I mean, I don't know what your mom's bankroll is, but like, you know, for some of the people that we play with that hang out in our
this would be a
staff,
big
a
deal.
$25 bankroll boost is a big deal.
Yeah, this would be a big deal for sure. Yeah, so yeah, I agree with that. That makes the paying off the mob. I like it. Yeah, like, and of course, I mean, we do it in a positive way too. It's not like that. Oh God, we're scared, but it's just like, you know, like you. I guess the best way I put it is you can be proactive or reactive, and a lot of guys that I see are very reactive, and they have miserable lives.
Yeah, it's kind of one of the tricks to being married. You know, is that marry someone you like, because I enjoy coming home to my family every day.
Right.
You know, like I don't consider that ever a chore, and sadly, I think a lot of people do. You know,
Yeah.
and that's the key. You know, you gotta enjoy it, and don't let it get stale.
Do you have any kids?
I have 2 kids.
Nice. How old?
They're not even really kids now. My youngest is 20, about to turn 21 in August.
Nice.
And my oldest is 22 in March.
Nice. So they're off to college or college age anyway.
College age, yeah. And they're off. My daughter doesn't live with us anymore. She moved out. She's living her own life, doing her own thing. Yeah.
So me and Geek are always talking about what that's going to be like someday. Oh, we've got a huge...
Oh.
Wow. So Marcel and Caesar's Palace switched stacks there on the river.
Yeah.
That was an incredible... So we've had 200K
Wow.
pots already here, and we're at 400, 800. Those are 125 big blind pots. Just like it's nothing.
Yeah, but we keep seeing like 2 pair versus sets too. Like
Yeah, that'll do it.
They're not weak hands.
That'll definitely do it. So me and Geek always have talked about like what it'll be like, you know, when the chickens fly the coop and you're back to the like old school, like me and the missus. So like, tell us, like we're sitting here on the other side of the fence, kind of peeking over at you. What's it like?
So yeah, you know, at first it's really weird. The house is quiet. You know, it's kind of like, you know, you hear those vets talk about like they lose an arm or something terrible in a war and they can still kind of feel it, you know? And it's the same thing here. Like you hear noises coming from the back of the house, but you know,
See,
no one's there.
I have to interrupt here for a second. I really wanted to say right before I 3-bet you, oh, so you're used to getting pushback, and then I 3-bet you, but then you just snap folded. Like so I was irritated.
I had a decent hand too. Yeah,
I had kings.
So that's weird. But then once you kind of get over that little hump of the weirdness, you know, and Mrs. Toe gets over being sad of the daughter leaving the house, you know, it's nice. We actually do a lot more, just me and her. We do a lot with my son. My son has special needs, so you know, he gets a lot of devoted attention that we don't have to split anymore.
Sure.
So it's great. It's great all the way around, you know. Yeah. You know, that's not really the hardest part for me. It was funny. My daughter's so adjusted and put together. It's weird because you guys know me and you've seen Mrs. Toe. But she came to us and said, you know what? I'm moving out. I got a job. We live in Las Vegas. She's moving to Washington. She's like, I got a job in Washington. I already found a apartment. I already paid for it. I already found a job. And I'll see you later. And I think she was expecting some pushback. And, you know, Mrs. Toe was like, you know, of course, being the mom, don't leave. And I'm like, oh, shit, you're 21. See you later. You know, let me know if you need any money. And that wasn't the hard part. The hard part is like when they turn 13, 14, 15, like, especially if you have a daughter and like boys start coming home.
I have 3 of them, and I've been through that. So yes, I've been
Especially,
there,
you
done
know,
that.
I'm a big dude. I'm about 6'4". I'm 250, and I used to train as an MMA fighter, so I got some cauliflower and tattoos and things. So whenever the boys came over, you know, I'm always wearing a wife beater and, you know, half flexing, you know, so, you know, but Yeah, that was definitely the harder years for sure.
I don't know how I survived it, to be honest with you, and I'm not even saying that to be funny. Like it was definitely a challenge. So yeah, I'm right there with you. And geek, luck of the draw over there, Mister is it XY chromosomes or XX? I can't remember which.
XY.
Like he just like spat out 4 XY chromosomes like it was nothing. All he's got to worry about is cleaning up the blood on the floor when they get in a little
boys
scuffle.
are so easy, right?
Well, okay, so hold on a minute. Boys are easy as, like, when they become teenagers, there's an ease about them that is different than when they're like, than girls as teenagers. But toddler boys, you just have to block everything. You have to protect the whole house because they're going to, okay, well, this is an interesting hand. I have aces, and I've got ripped into twice on a Jack 3-6 2 hearts board. I don't think I can fold this.
Yeah.
Makes you feel any better? I folded 9 deuce.
I take them all out.
Nice one.
Anyway, yeah, no. So what I remember is so my wife's sister, my wife's brother lives in town, and they have 3 girls. And at one point or another, I went over to fix one of their computers, and I was there for a good 45 minutes, and I was talking to my sister-in-law, and I said, I noticed it was quiet. And I said, so where are the girls? And she says, oh, they're in their rooms. And I'm like, there are children in this house, and I can't hear them?
It's weird, too, how there's different concerns, right? With daughters, it's all about, not getting pregnant as a teenager and not becoming a stripper. And with boys, it's all about not getting arrested in the college years. It's just a different level of worry.
Yeah.
Especially in Vegas.
Vegas is a great place. If you're in the suburbs and you can, avoid, or let's say, keep the sin in its place.
Yeah.
The city. It's a great place to live. It's super cheap. Everyone is in the customer service industry. It's super friendly. It's great. But if you are not strong enough to turn a blind eye to some things in the city, it'll eat you alive, Sure. We're talking about strip clubs. They're open 24 hours. There's a slot machine in every gas station, 7-Eleven, hospital. There's a slot room in every supermarket. And every supermarket you come in, there's a slot room in the front of it. There's 4 feet of cigarette smoke and 10 300-year-old women just putting their social security checks in all day.
Yeah.
I'm like, that I don't get,
Right.
And it's funny, as much as I play poker 40 hours a week, I am not a gambler. You won't really catch me in a slot machine.
What a sick cooler there, Geek.
Yeah, a little bit.
Wow. Man. Doesn't it frustrate you in the days that you play a huge tournament schedule and you completely bust everything and then you run like a god in the
sit and go. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but what do you guys do for vacations and stuff? Because there's really not much in your area, right? You have to go all the way over the mountains in California.
There's tons. I mean, the cool thing about growing up in LA and then moving here, there's a million different shows, rock shows, comedy, Cirque du Soleil. There's 1,000 of the best restaurants in the world here. Yeah. There's the Mob Museum. There's the old neon sign museum. There's tons of stuff to do here. And the cool thing too is Grand Canyon's 2-hour drive.
I forgot about the Grand Canyon. Yeah, that is
Hoover Dam. You can go check that out. That's an hour. There's stuff to do. And if you want to go to LA, it's a 4-hour drive. It's not that bad.
That isn't too bad. And not telling, there's our 3rd set of quads there, Geek.
Wow. Insane. Good grief.
We're just quad heavy. Yeah, I guess that isn't too bad. I always hear people joke about how bad Reno is.
The problem with Reno is it's in the middle of nowhere. Where do you go? And it's a third of the size of Vegas, right?
Yeah. I always used to joke about going out there to play tournament series because you could get they would pay you practically to get a room. I mean, it'd be $8 a night,
That's one downside to living. Well, it's not a downside. It's just the thing about living in Vegas is you end up being a hotel for wandering poker players. And shout out to Dog Wisdom in the chat. He knows what that's all about.
Well, I don't plan on
during
like.
the World Series. My house is packed.
I was gonna say I don't plan on just like showing up on your doorstep and be like, "Hey, man, I was in the
You're more than
area."
welcome. I got a pull-out couch. No problem. I'm about 20 minutes from the strip. We're good.
That's not too bad. That's not too bad. So, have you had a chance to meet up with Killingbird anytime he's been out there?
He was out here last time, and I just couldn't make it happen. But I definitely intend on meeting up with him. I did meet up with Jave and Vice when they're around, and
Nice.
I met up with High Hands when he was out here for the World Series.
Yeah, that was a
last
pretty epic
year.
run, right?
Yeah, it was great.
I didn't know anything about it until I watched the rerun, so I wasn't involved with it like in real time. But watching the replays, it seems like that was a pretty epic experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty epic in real time too. I like, you know, I have a clip on my stream of me congratulating him when he won it. It was just so, it was really fun. And then like railing him, sort of virtually railing him. It was just great. And like Daniel did such a good job of keeping everybody updated, right? So it was a blast. That was like one of the more fun things of the summer.
What did he
That's
end
the
up
thing about
finishing?
High Hands too. Like, you know, beyond his disability, he is amazingly funny, amazingly upbeat. It's hard not to love the guy. You know what I mean? He keeps it positive all the time. Like, yeah, I have nothing but respect for High Hands.
Yeah, me too.
What did he end up finishing?
He made it one above min cash, I believe.
Gotcha.
I thought it was
re-rolled it. You know, so hey.
I thought it was like 300th something, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I don't know that he went that deep. I could be wrong too, though. I don't see that.
KL Cleaton main event.
I mean, yeah, when you free roll in, like a min cash is like winning like a major tournament. I mean, it's a 5-figure.
It's like winning the 109 on Carbon, right?
Right. Well, it's more than that even. Like, I mean, that's like, I mean, what's the min cash? Like 16,000 or something crazy?
Something like that. Yeah, I think he was somewhere like 17 or 18K, something like that.
Yeah.
But he split with Daniel, so walked away with like 8 to 10K, something like that.
Do you play at all during World Series time? Like, do you
know what's funny is I'm such a hermit, and it's hard for, especially for the dailies around here. It's hard for me to get up for an $80 1500 guarantee. You know, when I can play the $3 1500, you know, and fire 50 bullets at it.
Right.
So I don't play live as much as I should, but using Dog Wisdom as an example, the side events, the little $200, $300 buy-in side events are amazing.
Oh,
like he took 5th in one when he came out here. So Dog Wisdom stayed at my house during the last World Series, played the Colossus, and he made it pretty far on the Colossus, ended up getting busted by Maria Ho toward the end of day one. Then played a $200, $300 buy-in side event in the thing, and took 5th for like 17K. And so he left my house at Thursday afternoon at like 4 in the afternoon, came back at my house at like 4 in the morning on a Saturday, busted into my pitch black bedroom with 17K in his hand, you know, giddy as can be. And I was like, wow, you know, Dog Wisdom's part of Team Toe. I was like, Team Toe, getting it done, way to go, get the hell out of my bedroom, I'll see you at breakfast, you know. But they're juicy. They're definitely juicy.
You just nailed my plan for the summer. Like that's my goal.
Yeah, and they're even more juicy than like I know
all in moment here.
Colossus being a terrible structure.
All in moment, and Tornado F5 is gonna go out in 4th place. Good game to my mom. Ace-9 suited gets it in against the pocket 10s. And we're down to 3. J Flop, Marcel, and Caesar's Palace. So get some good games to Tornado F5 in chat.
Yeah, the last time I went to Vegas, we played the Colossus, and my reaction to the Colossus is never again. But that's the only WSOP thing we played. We then went on a tour of all the other series that were going on, all the other side events. That was so much fun. It was so much fun.
Yeah, there's a great tournament that runs Friday nights. Jave and Vice played it. It's over at the Orleans. It's a $125 buy-in.
Yeah, I played that. I played that while we were there.
4K up top, and
that's a fairly comfortable poker room.
Did you say 24K up top?
A 4K.
Oh, 4K. Gotcha.
But it's, I mean,
we got another all in a call. And Jave gets there again. Ace Queen against aces, and he binks the River Queen for trips, and this is anybody's ball game now. Jay wasn't messing around when he said he was going to try and go after this bracelet. So he's running really good right now. Sometimes that'll get it done. So yeah. So okay. So it's a 125. Pays about 4K up top. Pretty good structure.
Yeah, pretty good structure. It's a little one-day event. It's done by like maybe 3 in the morning or so. Starts I think at 6 or 7. But it's great. It's comfortable. It's all locals. It's as soft as can be. Really. I mean, it's as soft as some of these lower buy-in. Online tournaments. Generally, that's the case with live, anyways, right? It's generally softer.
We're heads up now.
Yeah.
Caesar's Palace busts Marcel, and just like that. Whoa! Holy cow! It was 10-8 versus Queen 9. It was a 10-10-6 flop, and then it went turn Queen, River Queen. This table is getting really ugly. So Caesar's Palace now heads up with the 3-1 chip lead here against Jave, but I don't think you can count Jave out here. It's going to be a pretty epic battle for the bracelet. So good luck to both of you guys here. Yeah.
67 lines deep. We're going to be here for a minute, I think.
Well, that's what I've been saying, and then it never pans out. They always get through it quick. So, yeah. So what else? This is my first time playing in Vegas in the summer. Like, I'm trying to figure out like where I want to play. Like, just give me like your top 3 locations. Is if you're talking about these $200 to $300, want a good structure, want really soft tournament. Like, what would your top 3 be for places to go play?
Yeah, that Orleans tournament is definitely one of them. To be honest, I'm not the greatest guy for that. I think the answer would probably be coming from either Dog Wisdom or Jave. Jave knows Vegas weirdly better than I do, and he's from New York.
That's gross. That was gross. That was gross, Jared.
You don't know about the flow equity geek? What's up? you know?
I
only win when I get it in bad.
I gotta show
I just
everybody.
said that, PokerPastor. Watch out. I only win when I get it in bad.
All right. Well, then we might be in trouble here.
Here we go.
Oh. Wow.
Confirmed gross. I mean, it's just gross. It's gross.
Laugh or cry moment, my man. Laugh or cry moment.
Okay, so Dog Wisdom says the
You even have the hearts covered.
I know. I had the redraw, right? That's nasty. Dog Wisdom says the Rio, and I think he's the only person on the planet I've ever heard say that the Rio has good side events. So now I'm really
my
curious.
gosh! No, I played one of the side events at the Rio. I hated it. I did not like it.
I've never heard anything but horrible things about them. So now I'm kind of
Well,
wondering.
but Dog Wisdom's also in here saying, like, he's in here in chat saying that he loves the Colossus, and everybody else hates it, and he doesn't understand why.
Huh.
So maybe he's just got a penchant for pain.
I know him personally. That might be true.
Yeah, I don't know. Because I've heard the structure's not that great. Like the Rio tournaments, especially like the 1 days. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, your best bet is probably to go on Poker Atlas every day and get a list. You know, they have a list of all the tournaments that run in the city, and you just pick the best value from there. They're running every day in every darn casino.
Right. Well, and that's the problem.
Where do you stay?
Yeah, that's the problem is none of them are out yet. Like I'm literally like every day I'm like, let's get some schedules, and then I get so depressed. I mean, I can't even get the Cherokee circuit schedule. Like I'm going out there in April and they don't even have that out yet. So
how far away? We're like 3 weeks away, right?
No, it's a little bit longer. Cherokee, so they've got, it's probably, let's see, it starts the 12th of April, so it's probably like 6 weeks. But still,
So,
I mean, for a circuit event to not have their schedule out.
especially for people who are going to travel in. Yeah, absolutely.
So Dog Wisdom is agreeing with KB. He says that the Win was by far the coolest poker room he's ever been in.
I don't know that I've been in the Win. I'm like the worst Vegas person ever. I can tell you all about like Henderson, Well, yeah, I can tell you great places to eat. But yeah.
Interesting.
Really?
I wouldn't lie to you, geek.
Are you a sushi guy?
I love sushi.
Oh, we're going to get along fine.
Yeah, and if you want places to eat, I
I
got
can't
lots.
fold here. Hold, please.
It's a flip. Oh.
I thought the king was coming on the river. I thought for sure it was going to be king in the river. Like that's how that usually goes down, right? Um,
I had a really had that time.
all right, let me see here. Wonka Win says, Dog Wisdom is a masochist. If you want to have a nice, classy experience the area, the Win is what's up. The Win is by far the coolest poker room. The Rio is a certified dump, but the player pool plus value is great. His plan is to wake... Yeah, because like
Dog Wisdom says he loves fish.
there's a sushi place in Cherokee, but I can't get anybody to tell me to recommend it. Like, if I got a recommendation, I'll eat all day long, but I don't want to go somewhere like, and end up with like worms. Like, it freaks me out. So
I think it's a little different too, depending on the city you're in, right? Like,
yeah,
like the quality of the restaurant or whatever. You're not too sure. Vegas, you're pretty safe. You're on the strip eating sushi somewhere, you're pretty safe.
Well, if you walk into a Chinese restaurant and nobody there's Chinese, you're kind of like...
it's a good sign, man. Good time to leave.
So there's a Chinese restaurant in our hometown. They used to have a buffet, and I'm not even kidding you. The chicken that they used for the sweet and sour chicken was McDonald's chicken nuggets.
Holy cow.
They would literally go down to like McDonald's and buy like 400 chicken nuggets for the day and just add sauce. But they didn't even add sauce. The sauce was in a pan next to the chicken nuggets.
Think about the ROI on that meal. They're making money hand over fist.
Well, we used to take the kids
99-cent
there.
nuggets, 10 cents worth of sauce.
Go eat your 40 chicken nuggets. Like, go ahead, Like, granted, they're, like, all day old. But, yeah, like, it's kind of a... I don't know. It definitely makes a difference. So, we'll see how this heads-up match goes here. I think this could literally go either way. I mean, like, one double, and they're going to have even stacks, basically. So, Caesar's Palace here going with the pot-sized C-bets. Trying to keep the pressure on. I don't hate it. Yeah, so it'll be interesting. Like, I want to get out there. I definitely want to hit the side events. I mean, if I play a World Series event, like, that's fine. But, like, I would be just downright ecstatic to go out there and just play a bunch of 200 and 300s. That would just make my week.
Are you much of a cash game player?
No.
Yeah,
Oh, we got it all in. This could be for the bracelet here. Can Jave hold? He does hold. And I got to be softer. My wife's asleep. Jave evens it up. So we are even money here. Big hold there. Good equity with the flush draw and the gut shot straight draw and the over. That's a big hold there.
Oh,
so.
Wow. Sorry.
No,
that was in my hand.
You're good. So it'll be. So we got bracelet height. I'm just gonna put the bracelet here. Well, they can't see it because I don't have my camera up, but like I've got it in my hand.
Yeah, you've got an image of it, right?
So tell me how the bracelet reveal or the award ceremony works.
Well, I don't know because we haven't done a live one. Like I fired some fireworks last week. I didn't get to put fireworks in today. I wonder if I got them. I'll have to see if I probably won't be able to add them without.
But if you pull down the leaderboard, I think you had a bracelet underneath,
Yeah,
so you can put that as a presentation, right?
There it is. Yeah. So everybody can see that.
I'm just amazed you don't have some video of a robot coming in and handing the bracelet over to a live picture of whoever it's going to be.
The cool thing is, like, a lot of the videos, like, there is After Effects is a program that basically allows you to edit and program animations. It's an Adobe product, and so people have made tons of prefab animations for just about anything you can think of, and a lot of news companies use them in different things, but they're actually really affordable. Like most of the packages, like I picked up this sports package that I did a lot of the stuff today with. It was like $60. So
awesome.
it takes a little bit to get used to After Effects and some of the quirks of it. And of course on my crap top, like sometimes I render a video and it takes like 45 minutes to go through and actually do all the animation, but it's actually really cool, some of the things you can do. And there's just thousands and thousands and thousands of these After Effects templates out there. So you really can do a lot of really cool stuff. So I haven't found anything of a robot giving a bracelet yet, but it's probably out there somewhere. And, we'll find something similar.
That's funny. Yeah, I go the other route. I do a beer, YouTube, and a lot of cursing.
Yeah,
and then try and make Camtasia work. But it's worked out so far.
I think I've installed Camtasia for the first 30 free days like 7 times on 7 different email addresses. I should probably just buckle down and buy it.
It's a great program. It's not cheap.
Program. No, it's not. One Dull Geek finished in second place. Good game, Geek.
Oh man, like I ran top pair into kings, and then I ran aces into rivered trips.
Wow.
Jesus.
Wow.
I mean, I had a monster chip lead going in heads up, and he whittled me down and took me out.
So Jared, do you see yourself ever, like, I've talked about this with Geek before, because Geek's got the day job grind, like, is there a point down the road where you retire and poker's a full-time thing for you? Or...
So I would definitely consider it if I was in my 20s and, didn't have kids, it would already be a thing. But I know I would have to make what I make at my normal salary 2 or 3 years in a row in order for me to be able to pull that trigger and, put the family at risk,
Sure.
so to speak. So there's that. But like I said, I make a good living and health insurance is awesome.
Right.
So, there's a lot of good to it. But yeah, I would love to. Honestly, I would love to be able to stream more. I think that's something that's just hard for me. But the family, the real job, the coaching business.
Yeah, I don't know how you do it.
I don't sleep much.
It takes a lot of dedication to put all that stuff on top of a day job. I've done it, well, not the streaming part, but I've done like the poker day job grind before. And usually what ends up happening is I end up grinding poker while I do the day job. Like, I've never been able to, like, separate the two completely. So,
I don't know if these 30 viewers work for my company, so I have no comment.
Fair enough. Are you excited about the upcoming state compact and what that'll mean as far as, like, prize pools and whatnot?
I kind of think it's amazing. WSOP is my little gold mine. And so I love small guarantees, small player field sites. The thing about that is that you don't get the glory of winning, 70K when you ship the million, or 7, 8, 10K when you ship the 50K or whatever it is. But you win a lot of $300 to $1,500 scores. And a lot of times you do that multiple times at night. And so there's a couple great things like that. One, you're making money, and then I transfer that money over to ACR and take my stab at all the big stuff that you guys always see me play. 2, it's that mindset we were talking about earlier where you're not always losing all the time. Yeah. You win a lot more often on these smaller sites, so it's great for the mindset. So I think that's great. I think the player pool merge is a great thing. I think it's going to up the guarantees and up the player fields a little bit, but I don't think we're talking about ACR numbers.
Gotcha.
I still don't think we're going to get 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 man tournaments. On average, right now, the tournaments are between 80 and 100.
Wow, Jabe takes a huge pot with the ace-jack offsuit, top pair, top kicker. We don't know what Caesar's Palace had, but now Jabe with the 3-1 Chipley, he is going after this bracelet.
That bracelet in the sights.
Holy cow, this is getting intense. How would you compare it? Like, I always hear people talking about how, like, ridiculously soft it is in New Jersey and Vegas. Like, since you get to play on some of these sites like AC, like how soft is it? Like, would it blow our minds how soft it is? Like,
yes, and there's softer sites. Global is incredibly soft, but yeah, I mean it is really soft. And there are a handful of players on WSP.com that are pretty darn good. I don't know if you know John Blaze. John Blaze has a stream. Oh yeah. He's good. There's a guy named BCM Cloth who seems really spazzy, but the guy ships everything. So he's really good. Yeah, and every once in a while you get guys like Dutch Boyd, and those guys are on the site. But the vast majority of player field is pretty weak. And when I first got on the scene, they just didn't know what to do with all the 3-betting. And I get a lot of this. Now it's kind of funny. Now that I stream, the comments have gotten much different. I get, I watch your stream. You seem like a great guy. Thanks and all that stuff. Before it was like, Jesus Christ, Narflat's on my table. He's gonna goddamn free. I guess I got a nice personality because now, it went from this fucking guy to, hey, I love this fucking guy. So, there's that.
I want to get there. That's my goal. I want to get to the point where people are irritated to see me. I mean, people are irritated to see me for other reasons, but I mean because I'm at the table.
What other reasons?
I don't know. I'm just making a joke,
I was
man.
gonna say, like,
Come on.
I can't
Run with the joke. Man, you're a terrible setup man. You're just terrible at
I
it.
can't imagine anybody hating you, Geek. Like, I legit can't. Like, I'm just being nice, but like, like, what would they? I can't even fathom somebody being mad at you.
Well, I'm not real happy with you for ruining my joke, though. I just gotta say.
You'll get over it. You won't even remember that you told the joke in 10 minutes. So.
That's true. Alzheimer's.
I'll give you credit, though. Awesome setup on KB last night.
Oh, that was fun. That was a good time.
Yeah,
that was a good time.
So, like, literally, I get this text from my mom, and she's like, "Oh boy, they're talking about you hard right now," and I'm like, "What?" So I like popped in the street because I was rendering a bunch of stuff. Like, I was like head down, wasn't playing any poker, wasn't like paying attention to anything. So like I pop in and they're like, "Oh, there he is. He must have known we were talking about him." And I'm like, "What did I miss?" Like I completely missed all of that. So you're gonna have to give me like the cliff notes on what happened.
Well, so it was mostly about him. I mean, so this may come as a shock to you, but KB had a few by the time you showed up.
No.
No, I mean, believe it or not.
Okay. Oh, we got it all in moment here.
All in moment.
Caesar's Palace bet 24K into the 24K pot. James shoves, effectively putting Caesar's Palace all in at risk here. 25 seconds left to Caesar's Palace makes this decision. You can hear like the hush of the crowd here. It's like tense.
Well, we're not in delay, so I don't want to say anything to influence
Right,
it.
yeah, I know. He does make the call, and Jave Flop 123 has officially won his PokerPastor bracelet. Give him some good games in chat. Very, very, very nicely done. Good game to Caesar's Palace coming up second, and congratulations to all the other people in the top 9 there for a very, very exciting home game. It was a lot of fun to watch. And again, we're done at 11:10. Like, these people that complain that these things go until like 12:30 at night, like, I don't know.
Well, it's 12:10 here for what it's worth.
Well, that's true. Maybe it's a time zone thing.